guys, it's Nicola with Intimate Wisdom. So today we're going to be talking about the suits and the numbers of the minor arcana. The minor arcana is just as important as the major arcana because the minor arcana talks about our day-to-day activities. So the suits within the minor arcana represent the earth's elements, with the cups representing water, the pentacles representing earth, swords representing air, and the wands representing fire. Today we will break down these suits and we'll also go through the numbers of the minor arcana so you can get more familiar with what they represent. Now the first suit we're going to look at is the cups. Cups represent the water element of earth. Cups are most associated with your emotions, your imagination, your artistic ability, as well as relationships and soul connections with people on earth, whether those be platonic or romantic. The zodiac association is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And like I said, it is mostly connected with water. The reason why it's most connected with water is because cups hold water. Now, water is associated with our emotions and our intuition, things that you cannot physically hold, nor can you physically see. Cups are a physical representation of the body, which holds these type of energies. The next suit that we're going to look at is pentacles. Pentacles represent the element of earth, and the zodiac association with pentacles are earth signs, which are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. The pentacles are associated with your material possessions, finances, and health. Pentacles are also related to outer forces or nature. When I think of pentacles, I like to think of base or the foundation of something because this is legit what it represents, an actual physical being. Pentacles are the only suit that you can actually touch or obtain. The next suit that we're going to look at is swords. Now, swords represents the element of air because it's mostly related to our mental state, our ideas, thoughts, and intellect. Swords can also represent our vocal power. Zodiac association to swords are the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. The next suit that we're going to look at is the wands. Wands are represented by the element of fire. When I think about the wands, the first thing that pops into my head is, no lie, Harry Potter's wand. He can create anything he desires by swinging his wand. So when you think about the wands, you want to think about creativity. You want to think about magic. You want to think about alchemy because of the representation of fire with the wands. Fire is a chemical reaction that changes anything it touches. Wands can also be associated with passion, obligations, and responsibilities. Now we're going to look at numbers. I already did a numerology video, but I wanted to incorporate numbers with the minor arcana because every single minor arcana is numbered from ace, which is a 1, to 10, which is the completion of that minor arcana. So we're going to go down the list of each of these numbers now so I can give you a description of what they represent. More than likely when you're reading tarot, if you know what the numbers represent and you know what these suits represent, you can combine the two to get a better understanding of what that card represents. So the number 1 is all about initiation. It's all about a start. The number 1 represents leadership. It represents preparation, the beginning. When you get the ace in any deck, it represents an opportunity. Now, what you do with that opportunity is on you. The 2s represent choices or dualities. It's about looking at the pros and cons of this opportunity that you've been presented with the ace and choosing what to do with it next. I also like to look at the 2s as creating harmony by balancing out the good and the bad. Now, 3s are more of a social number. I like to see 3s as more than one part coming together. This can represent the dualities within yourself, the masculine and the feminine, and also the universe coming together to put things in motion. 3s can also represent teamwork. With teamwork, there comes creativity. So 3s always represent things that are created or things that are being put in motion. This is about bringing things together and bringing things into alignment to create something new for yourself. Now, the number 4 spiritually does represent perfection, or it represents a stable structure, a box. But you also have to look at 4s as what it is, which is a box. Once you create something, you don't want to get stuck in what you feel as stable. Then you become stagnant. So 4s do represent perfection, but it is about aiming for perfection by creating stability within a situation. The next number we're going to look at are fives. Fives represent changes, represent fluctuations within a foundation. As I stated before with the fours, fours represent perfection, but perfection can create stagnancy without change. The fives represent that necessary change. The fives represent a revelation of moving toward total perfection, which is the 10. Now the 6 is kind of a starting point or a starting over point. This is moving you again toward total perfection by creating balance to what was once changed with the 5s. The 6s represent new choices, new balances, new opportunities. The 6s also represent the path toward bliss. So as we all know, 7s are an extremely spiritual number because 7s are the midpoint between 6 and 10. 7s represent the choices that need to be made to move into higher ascensions. And 7s can also bring about some unsteadiness or instability within your thoughts and your emotions. It's just the fear of actually moving toward a higher vibration or ascension. Now the 8s have countless different definitions. I like to think of the 8s as production. You're always working to get toward total completion or working to get toward the mastery of which is the number 9. The 8s also represent cycles. So when you think about the 8s, it is legit an infinity sign. So this is about continuing to put the work in necessary in order for you to reach total or complete bliss. The 8s also represent personal investments toward whatever arcana or whatever energy you're dealing with at the time. 9s, the magic 9s. 9s represent self-mastery or self-completion. When you get to the 9s within any energy of the minor arcana, it does represent you as a person mastering that energy. The 9s are the preparation for a new beginning, mastering all of the energies before that in order to bring you to total or complete fulfillment. 10 represents total fulfillment. It represents completion of a cycle. It represents complete bliss. When you reach the 10 in the tarot, it represents the end, which will grant you a new beginning. 0 always represents God's protection. So when you get to the number 10, it is actually a 1. You are protected during the completion of the cycle to move into a new beginning. When I look at the 10s in the tarot, I understand that there is nothing else that I can gain from this energy. So I have to begin a new path. So this is my interpretation of the minor arcana numbers and the suits. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, y'all, this has been Neecola with Intimate Wisdom.